Hey, I got a selfie stick. That's weird, right? Hello everybody, welcome back to the Commander Radix channel. This episode, we're doing episode. I don't really do these in episode formats. I'm trying out, you might have heard wind there. I'm trying out this selfie stick to see how good I can do videos just walking around, doing whatever, you know? So this is kind of a video just to test that, just to test this piece of equipment. Oh, there's my air conditioning. I don't know how bad the wind's gonna be, so I hope you can forgive me on that. But I have a video request, a topic people wanted me to talk about. So I thought I'd go ahead and do that. Here I am in a field. So this video was requested. I'll put the link up. I'll put the comment up and on the screen. The sun's right there. What a terrible idea. Boom. All right. So they requested some recommendations for the New 52. Since I made that, I read all the New 52 video. So I'm going to talk about some of the good parts of the New 52 here. Some of my recommendations. And the commenter gave his favorite characters, which is a shame because most of the characters he puts there are sort of generational characters, legacy characters, characters that are built up from other characters throughout their history. The point of the New 52 was to wipe the slate clean, so the focus is certainly not on those characters he mentioned. The characters that are mentioned there are not really used well in the New 52. They do not have that good of a backlog of stories in the New 52. So there's that. But I can give him some good stories from the New 52. First of all, the whole run of Demon Knights. Demon Knights is very underrated. It's hilarious. It's probably one of the funniest comics I've ever read. It brings in a lot of obscure DC characters, like not necessarily too obscure, but like C and B level, you know, Vandal Savage, Etrigan the Demon, Madame Xanadu, which they were really pushing in the New 52. A transgender version of, it's unclear if it's a transgender version of Shining Knight or if it's an intersex version of Shining Knight. There's Algebur, who's a character I never heard of before reading Demon Knights. I wouldn't be surprised if he's an original character for Demon Knights, but at the same time, knowing DC and knowing how far back their comics go, he could have existed. You're probably hearing a lot of wind right now. I need to look into this video, see how well it does, audio-wise, because I don't know if the wind's going to be too much of a problem. Let's see. So Demon Knights. Demon Knights, very good. One of my favorite books from the New 52. All-Star Western is pretty good too. All-Star Western stars Jonah Hex, the cowboy, as he goes around the Wild West doing Wild West stuff until he gets into the future for like 2 arcs and then comes back. And one of my favorite things about this comic is that it actually has a proper ending, which is good. You don't see that too often. Where a comic properly ends. Is my hair going crazy because of the wind? Probably. Tallulah, I think her name is a great character, fun to read. Just in general, All-Star Western is a very good run. Batman by Scott Snyder is almost everyone's go-to great New 52 run. Batman by Scott Snyder is just simply great. It brought us great stories. It brought us iconic moments from The Court of Owls, from Death of the Family, from Endgame. Zero Year is a bit of a slog to get through, but Zero Year is a bit of a slog to get through. The whole after Endgame area is a bit hard to get through too for me. But Scott Snyder does this interesting combination of being familiar and being new. And that's a combination I really appreciate. Jeff Johns' Justice League is, to me, like one of the most definitive runs for Justice League during their younger days, because in the New 52, everyone's a bit younger. You see the Justice League, how they formed in a bland story Volume 1 Origin. Next, it comes out with the Villain's Journey, where the best parts of Villain's Journey is seeing the characters having to deal with each other as like trying to work as a team, because this is a new Justice League and they argue a bit here and there. I'm gonna move to the shade. But Jeff Johns' Justice League is great. It has some bland moments, but otherwise, like Throne of Atlantis is great. Villain's Journey has some cool moments in it. Trinity War is Trinity War, but whatever. The Flash by Francis Manapul, I believe his name is. The first like 30 or 20-ish issues of the Flash run was very good. I don't really care about the Flash, but that run made me care about the Flash. I also blame it for being the reason why I like Patty Spivot more than Iris West. Jeff Johns' Green Lantern actually kind of continues the continuity from the pre-New 52 universe, but I read it going in not really knowing too much about Jeff Johns' Green Lantern history, and I greatly enjoyed it. I wouldn't bother with like the New Guardians and that tie-in stuff, but if you can just read the main series, that's good. Green Lantern Corps has a very solid few first arcs in New 52. The first few volumes of Grant Morrison's Action Comics are pretty solid. They're Grant Morrison books, don't get me wrong, they get a bit weird, and they play on continuity in a weird way, but it's a good, if you can get past the Grant Morrison-y bits, it's a good story. It's an edgy Superman though, and I know that's a bad interpretation of the character, but I for one enjoyed it. But the rest of the Action Comics run isn't necessarily that good. Once you get past like At World's End or something like that, at the end of Worlds or whatever, that's a proper finale. Batman and Robin consistently keeps quality throughout the run. Batman and Robin is great. Some of the most emotional moments from the DC New 52 era is in Batman and Robin. You chill out, birds. But Batman and Robin, classic for me. I always reread Batman and Robin. Wonder Woman is great. Wonder Woman is almost like a Greek epic in that it just starts and just doesn't stop. It just continues. So putting Wonder Woman in the timeline of DC is kind of hard because you have this section that's just like 50 issues of Wonder Woman. But Wonder Woman's pretty good too. Aquaman by Jeff Johns is a classic. Jeff Johns' Aquaman run is great. Just like his Green Lantern, pretty much consistently throughout the entire run. There is a whole lot more books that I would definitely recommend to people. I just can't think of them off the top of my head right now. But if you read stuff in the New 52 and you have any recommendations, put them in the comments below so we can get that discussion started. So the New 52 wasn't all bad. A lot of it was good, actually. And that's the point I'm trying to make here. So yeah, New 52, those are some recommendations. If you want to read them, go ahead.